All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. I was not going to go live today till I realized it was a big fight week next week. You got Terrence Crawford taking on Ingus, the Mean Machine, and Richard Comey fighting Teofimo Lopez. I've completed both of the prediction videos that will be up in the morning. Both of them, God willing. Um, and obviously, you can get a fight announcement of Fury and Wilder possibly in New York next week. You got the Heisman. We see who win that, Burrows and whoever else, the finalists. I'm not sure what's going down with that, but it's a huge weekend for Top Rank. Why it's the most important weekend for Top Rank and why they gave Crawford this weekend is based off the Heisman. The viewership from the Heisman is going to roll over to the boxing telecast. So that's important. Other than that, we're gonna talk about obviously we're gonna talk today about AJ outboxing, outwitting Andy Ruiz alive, and then we're gonna talk about Jermall Charlo defeating Dennis Hogan, and also, I mean, it's really no point to talk about none of the undercards. I didn't care for them. I think Hunter and Bavekin was the best, but I really could live without seeing that fight. Don't really care. Neither one of those heavyweights going nowhere in the division, in my humble opinion. So I'll just stick to the main fights. But make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Of course, Saul, you wanted AJ to win because you never wanted to see the division unified. That's just what it boiled down to. And at this point, like I said, my stance never changed. After AJ got knocked out, I don't care if Wilder ever fight him again. It's just point blank, period. Or fight him, period. It doesn't matter no more because boxing fans is one of the deteriorations of the sport of boxing. When they get to the point where everybody crossing and hoping that a fight don't get made, they can have it. You know, that's just what it boiled down to. And it ain't just about AJ. You know what I'm saying? Um, it just ain't about AJ. You got that shit going on with Crawford and Errol Spence. You got just a lot of like stuff that I can't relate to as a boxing fan. So at the end of the day, that is what it is. AJ, he put on a boxing clinic versus Andy Ruiz. He used the ring. Obviously, I agree with what Deontay Wilder said. He brought in Vladimir Klitschko into his camp. He fought just like Klitschko. He with more athletic ability but less power. Klitschko obviously is not as athletic as Anthony Joshua, but Klitschko sat down on his punches a lot more. He punched, he grabbed, he dropped the weights, he took Klitschko's full mentorship. At the end of the day, it ain't about how you win the fight. It's about if you win the fight. And Anthony Joshua did that. He used angles, he used his hook, he was sleek. He didn't even take a deep breath in the fight. You know, he got his nose busted open, he got cut. But at the end of the day, he won the fight. You know, we could say how is his stamina increased, and why did he look different in America, but he looked ultra super in the UK or over in Saudi Arabia. I'm not even about to open myself up, Frederick Salute, for that conversation. At the same time, it is what it is. Boxing is never going to be progressive, and that's how they want it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I wish PBC would create their own belt. Fuck that WBC. Fuck the WBO. Fuck the IBF and the WBA as well. Fuck them. Just start your own belt. It's all politics. It's all fans don't care if it's a WBO, IBF. They don't care about undisputed because they said Crawford undisputed wasn't nothing, and I'm gonna say Lomachenko undisputed wasn't nothing. It's more politics than skill than get undisputed. I wish Al Haymon would create his own sanctioned belt body and his own belt and his fighters fight for the belt. I would 100% support that. I would. I would 100% respect if Al Haymon started his own belt and said fuck the rest of them. Because when you honestly look at it, what does a sanctioned belt body bring into the hood? They make the majority of their money in America. Why don't Lomachenko go back to the Ukraine? Come on, it's a reason why. But Anthony Joshua, he did what he had to do. PBC is a major PBC not a major problem. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the problem, but it's not the major problem. At the same time, the problem is Eddie Hearn. Problem is dudes like Eddie Hearn, dude, being a liar, being a pilgrim, being a backstabber. Al Haymon let plenty Eddie Hearn. Well, most Eddie Hearn fighters came and got decisions on Al Haymon platform. Kell Brook, Jamie McDowell, maybe a few more that I can name. He even sent Errol Spence over to the UK when they could have easily won the purse bid. So don't tell me how Al Haymon is the problem. At the end of the day, PBC, they got their issues, but I understand why Al Haymon act the way Al Haymon do. Because Bob Arum, with all his might, tried to get him kicked off of HBO. He got kicked off of HBO based off of Al Haymon. I think it was Ken Hirschman who came back, and Steven Espinoza went to Showtime. He fought all his will to hate Al Haymon. Al Haymon didn't have no problem working with Bob Arum. Bob Arum had hate in his heart because Al Haymon was a better Harvard alum than he ever was. From business to building PBC up, Bob Arum stole top rank from Muhammad Ali. So don't tell me how y'all want Al Haymon to be the classic turn the other cheek Negro. When these pilgrims out here in boxing is fucking they fighters raw. You know what I'm saying? Look here, man. I ain't pro Top Rank, pro Eddie Hearn, pro PBC, but I'm going to keep it a buck. All Top Rank did was in-house fights on HBO. They didn't want to work with Golden Boy, De La Hoya, Al Haymon. They didn't want to work with Floyd. That's why Mayweather-Pacquiao never happened. So y'all want Al Haymon to turn to the Christian Negro. Yes, sir. No, sir. Please, sir. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Man, I ain't mad at the end of the day, I got mad at what Al Haymon do because I wanted to see Crawford and Errol Spence. That was what black boxing needed. But at the end of the day, past that, I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at Al Haymon. And a lot of y'all don't know the history. You know what I'm saying? The white man is always playing y'all like the naive motherfuckers y'all is. From Asians to blacks to wherever you come from. They always playing us against each other, and boxing is no different. Boxing is absolutely no different, dude. All they done is create mass confusion amongst boxing fans and make it look like Al Haymon the bad guy. That's all they did is make, and at the end of the day, if you look at it, you can't fault Al Haymon, bro. Bob Arum, with all his might, tried to get him through off HBO. He did. He thought Al Haymon was going to drown. Al Haymon floated the Showtime. Finessed the Fox deal. Come on. Bob Arum wish he would have had the Fox deal. When they came out with PBC, NBC Sports, NBC, when they kicked Kathy Duval off of that, then they got Spike and they had ESPN, they was mad. It's a monopoly. Then Oscar De La Hoya got mad because he wanted to be bad for PR and play with his nose in stockings. And Al and them tried to buy him out of Golden Boy for $100 million. And Richard Schaefer, they get mad at Al. Richard Schaefer, somebody that looked like that man, looked like the other man, finessed his fighters out, got them out their contracts, ran them over to PBC. Al Haymon even gave him some of his fighters back. He joined Bob Arum, and guess what? Bob Arum stabbed the Mexican in the back. Stabbed the Mexican in the back. Let's just keep it real. He stabbed the Mexican in the back. Oscar De La Hoya, then Bob Arum got kicked off HBO. De La Hoya, Kathy Duval couldn't keep it afloat. Now Oscar De La Hoya on his own with Eddie Hearn. So don't get me started. Al Haymon tried to help Oscar De La Hoya out. He tried to help Eddie Hearn out. He would have been willing to work with Bob Arum. Bob Arum made a fool of him. And now he's supposed to say, nah. Come on, Eddie. If anybody evil, it's the most dangerous species on the planet, the white man. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna hold nothing back. The white man in boxing is the most dangerous, treacherous person in the sport of boxing. And that's Bob Arum and that's Eddie Hearn and Kathy Duval. They're the ones that's twisting y'all minds up. They're the one that set up Kovalev and Canelo to make y'all spend y'all money on the zone and go to Vegas thinking Kovalev had a chance. It's been rumors about Oscar De La Hoya setting up fights for years that I heard 10, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't blame Bob Arum. I feel bad for Terrence Crawford. That's the only reason why. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm not about to keep asking Al Haymon to be an apologist when he tried to be the nice man. He tried to get money. He tried to be Acito from Paid in Full. Everybody eats, B. He tried to feed the streets. He worked with Eddie Hearn. He worked with Oscar De La Hoya. He still working with Richard Schaefer. He was willing to work with Bob Arum. Bob Arum had that hate in his heart. Bob Arum had that hate in his heart. That's just what it is. He wanted to be Al Haymon, Bob Arum. He couldn't. Eddie Hearn wanted to be Al Haymon. He couldn't. When they thought Al Haymon would have been done 5, 6, 3 years ago, Al Haymon's still afloat. Saudi Arabia definitely is. Why wasn't it? Why wasn't it? They had more pay defenders on that card than you probably seen all year. On one card. Eric Molina failed the drug test. Dillian Whyte failed the drug test. Alexander Povetkin failed the drug test. That's a pay. Every damn fight had a pay defender in except for the main event. And I had my suspicions about the main event, and I've had them for years. So stop it. Stop it. Every fight on that card besides the main event had a pay defender in it. Except for that swing fight. So, at the end of the day, stop playing with me. At the end of the day, AJ did what he supposed to do. He lost the weight. He took Klitschko advice. He got the boxing. He moved around the ring. They had an extra big ring. Andy Ruiz seemed like he played the role very, very well. He might deserve an Oscar. I'm not saying that he had a bag full of money when he got home in his front door in the Amazon box. But, hey, I wouldn't put it past him. He came in fat, out of shape. Whatever y'all want to say. He knew AJ was going to box and move. He had to have an idea the ring was going to be big as hell. You know, they had to have an idea that was going to happen. At the end of the day, he pro'd up $20 million when he was down to his knuckles. He paid $700,000 to get out of the top rank contract. He pro'd up $20 million. So at the end of the day, you think he really cared? The only problem about Andy Ruiz is, is he going to take some time off, run through his money, put another 100 pounds on, and then try to make a comeback? We've seen it. When guys like Victor Ortiz got their money from Floyd. When numerous Madonna got his money from Floyd. When Robert Guerrero got his money from Floyd. A lot of these dudes went into retirement or semi-retirement and never was the same fighter. So that's the only thing I'm worried about Andy Ruiz. Am I going to rip Andy Ruiz and say, oh, he's peace and act like a fake fan? No, Andy Ruiz came up. I'm happy. I'm proud of Andy Ruiz. Despite his excuses, everybody got it's like an asshole. Everybody got one. I'm not mad at Andy Ruiz. I'm not about to sit here, rip him, and turn on him and say, you fat man. I mess with Andy Ruiz. I'll take an Andy Ruiz interview. I'm not going to talk down on Andy Ruiz because if that was me and I got that money and I'm hitting the baddest chicks and I'm getting the chains and I got the confetti and I got the ring and the gym shoes and all that and I'm getting money, who am I to tell somebody that I would be any different? Oh, if that was me on the outside looking in, just like the boxing ring, it's totally different. AJ goes on. He said he want to fight Usyk. Hey, can't nobody be mad at that fight. That's an adequate competition because he could have took another way. He could have dropped the WBO belt, fought Kupuev, and gave the UK a snoozer. Or what I would have done personally is I'd have dropped the WBO belt, let Usyk beat Parker for the belt. I would have fought Puev in Madison Square Garden next year. You know what I'm saying? And I would have reintroduced myself to the American public. That's what I would have did. That's what I would have did. And I ain't knocking them. Man, come on, you get $20 million or $7 million and you ain't gonna change. People kill me like that. Oh, you turned into a diva. Man, some of you niggas get tax money. Some of y'all get tax money and y'all change. Come on, keep it real. Some of y'all get a couple thousand, 5, 6 bands back, and y'all act like y'all brand new. I ain't knocking Andy Ruiz one bit, bruh. One bit. Another guy left Bob Arum became a multi-millionaire. Floyd Mayweather grossed almost $1 billion when he left Bob Arum. Manny Pacquiao, got out of debt when he left Bob Arum. So come on. I ain't about to rip no Andy Ruiz. Put some extra sour cream on those tacos, man. I ain't about to rip no Andy. You come here to see me rip Andy Ruiz. I ain't about to kick him down. Ricky, salute. I ain't kicking that man down. Everybody got an opinion. Oh, I did this. I'd have been training. I'd have been doing, man, please, man. Shout out to Andy Ruiz, man. Shout out to Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? You played the game. They tried to give you $7 million. You still end up getting $13 million for the fight. Come on. Only thing I hope he do is keep himself in shape, manage his money well, and come back. But AJ boxed beautiful. Wasn't no doubt in my mind. AJ won every round, but like maybe 2 rounds at the most. And I listened to like the DAZN telecast for the first time live. Terrible. Only one I can stomach is Sergio Moore. Brian Kenny, always been terrible. Chris Mannix, put him in the trash can and set it on fire. Chris Mannix needs to just stick to doing what he do. Chris Mannix is the absolute worst boxing commentator I've ever heard. You could put him with Timothy Bradley, I guess. I'll take Timothy Bradley over Chris Mannix any day of the week. The worst I heard was Larry Merchant, Sugar Ray Leonard, Timothy Bradley, and Chris Mannix. Absolute terrible. Absolute trash. Absolute garbage. The DAZN need to take their whole thing, set it on fire, and put it on fire again, and put it through an incinerator, set it on fire again, and never use that again. From the production to the promoters that they're working with, they wasted so much money this year. It's just terrible. I don't care if the ring black. I don't care if the ring white. I don't care if you got Devin Haney. Your production sucks. Being punctual, you suck at. You know, we think the fight supposed to happen. Ring walks at 3:45 Eastern Standard Time, 8:45 UK time. They still threw another fight in there and made us wait. Why does the DAZN always make us wait? Don't know. Don't know. But like I said, to my point earlier in the week, when I said I don't want to see heavyweights boxing for 12 or 15 rounds, they in the comments, oh, you don't remember when heavyweights boxed 15. I don't pay to see big dudes fight 15 to 12 rounds. I don't pay to see no Neanderthals. I pay to see somebody get hurt. Why was Mike Tyson the most popular fighter in the world? It's because he was a heavyweight and he was knocking dudes out. He wasn't playing no games. But you know what? I'm also of the school of thought, you do what you got to do to win. He did it. But I don't pay to see no 6'6" dudes play with each other and pity pat and run. You know, it's funny how people say, oh, we should accept AJ as like a black brother in America. But he went over to the white man, Vladimir Klitschko, to learn how to box. His trainer ain't black. His promoter ain't black. His manager is his promoter. They ain't black. Come on, he's an Oreo. He dark on the outside. Everything on the inside of him is non-black. The coach, his mentor, his trainer, the whole thing. Remember when Vitaly Klitschko was about to knock his head off after he was celebrating too much after beating Vitaly? After Vitaly about to knock him out after beating Vladimir? You didn't hear him say that shit that he said to Lennox Lewis. So y'all gotta watch out, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I don't care who say it. AJ ain't no brother. He ain't no brother of mine. You know, he ain't never been through the struggle that we've been through in America. Hell no, AJ ain't no damn brother. They be killing me. Oh, the Brits over there. You let me know when the Brits over there ever did something or worried about what we went through. Everybody want to be involved in the hip-hop culture. Wear the do-rags. Y'all want to wear the Robin jeans, whatever that fanny packs. Y'all want to dress like us. But ain't never been through none of the adversity we've been through in America. Never. Never been through none of the adversity we've been through. Never seen nobody care about what we went through. Police brutality is killing us. Nothing to do with the politics. Come on, man. Just because people there's some people that look Indian, but they really Arab. So do y'all say, oh, man, he Indian? No. He said, man, Africa is a continent. It is not a country. So when they call you African American, come on, do they say, I can't think of a thing. It got a continent. Which country in Africa do you come from? Do your ancestors originate from? It's the biggest mystery out there. You go to Nigeria, you see more raccoons than you see in America, than you see in UK. Go to Nigeria. They're about bleaching their skin. So stop it, dude. Stop you from trying to say, oh, he's a brother. No, he's not. African, most people from the continent of Africa look down and they talk bad about black Americans. Newsflash. That's a newsflash for you. It's a newsflash. So don't give me that every brother is a brother. Man, you ain't never been through the struggle that we done been through. Crack cocaine, sickle cell, them putting guns and unlocked cars. But man, they ain't been through half of the struggle we done been through. I think Kendall Gill was a special guest. Hold on. Come on, man. I ain't trying to make the stream about that. I ain't gonna make the stream about that. It ain't supposed to be about that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. I done experienced it before. But congratulations to Anthony Joshua. Whatever he's going to do, it don't bother me none. I'm not going to sit here battling for Wilder. People can say, oh, the DAZN deal. The DAZN came out and admitted they dropped the ball on the deal. They admitted it. So at the end of the day, if Anthony Joshua want to go on and fight Angry Birds, he can do it. It don't bother me not one. Break down the fight. I give my opinion on the fight. He got it. He got a whole interview out there. Check my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. He got, or my Twitter and Facebook. He got an Instagram video out there going where he sat there and talked bad about Tyson Fury moving and boxing Vladimir Klitschko and say, don't nobody want to see, I'm paraphrasing, don't nobody want to see nobody run the entire fight. He said that. Raylan Wells, salute. The contempt and hatred for imitation of the black American and black experience in America is so much, much different than other places. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like David Hayes said, he said, we don't go through what they go through over in America. Different. I keep 100, salute. Now I said some Africans don't like, no, they don't. But everybody want to borrow our culture and everybody want to dress like us. Everybody want to act. What did DJ Quick say? Everybody want to be just like Compton. I thought you knew. DJ Quick, that's one of my favorite little rappers, especially from the West Coast. You know, he said Vladimir and Fury was the worst heavyweight fight in history. Definitely was a bore. You know, AJ threw a lot of punches. He fought just like Klitschko. I mean, it is what it is. You know, he accepted and loved by everybody inside and outside the boxing community. So he can do whatever he want to do. When you got acceptance, and you got that skin color, and you can do whatever you want to do. Name me another fighter that had that skin color from America that could do whatever you want to do, not named Sugar Ray Leonard. Tell me somebody that can get away with all the ducking and the hiding and the questionable body language or whatever the situation. Tell me somebody like that. Tell me if every time you seen Wilder, he was on vacation with his shirt off with his boys and no females around, who can get away with that? Tell me. Floyd Mayweather forgot what he went through, ran right over and supported Joshua. We hate each other, but we accept anybody else in our circle. That nigga sitting right here too. He sleep. So at the end of the day, let me know somebody else that really, other than Sugar Ray Leonard, that really was praised no matter what he did. No, was it finessing? Was it Donald Curry out the Marvelous Marvin Hagler fight and getting sued for it? Ducking Aaron Pryor, I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? Come on, name me somebody else, man. Floyd didn't get that pro acceptance across the board. Even Muhammad Ali, he wasn't loved like people said he was loved universally. Black people loved him. People in Africa loved him when he went there. But real talk, you know, when it came to people, when he got dropped by Joe Frazier and they was throwing bananas and tomatoes at him and such that situation, you know what I'm saying? Did anybody else say something? No. That's just the facts about it. Did James Toney ever? I don't know what that means. You know, but at the end of the day, James Toney, I mean, he wasn't a big enough star. You know what I'm saying? Roy Jones wasn't on that Leonard level, man. He didn't have no promoter, so Roy Jones didn't get the acceptance that he didn't get the platform that he should have got. Roy Jones was nowhere as big as Sugar Ray Leonard or as big as Floyd Mayweather got. It's because one of the reasons I watched the documentary saying he didn't have a promoter. He said, salute fellow adopted Bama fan. Man, please. LSU this year. I'm just who I'm rolling with. Ain't no LSU fan, but they the best team. Anybody but Ohio State. But at the end of the day, man, can't take it from AJ. It sounds like he gonna fight Usyk next and drop the IBF. So for people, crying about Wilder not gonna unify, if he dropped the IBF, which I wouldn't do. But if he dropped the IBF, that means Puev and Kanowski is gonna fight on the Wilder pay-per-view undercard. I fully expect Kanowski have a better chance at beating Puev than Wilder do Fury. I mean, I think that's a 90% chance Kanowski should walk through Puev if he just come in regular shape. I believe that. Wilder Fury, I thought Fury won the first fight. And like I said before, that's my humble opinion. I'll put up an old scorecard. I had it 114. But I had to watch it again. I just ain't found the time. But I just thought Fury won the first fight. You know what I'm saying? So they do it again. Almost a year later, February 22nd. Maybe the fight will be announced this weekend at Bud and English Mean Machine card. But I feel that if Fury win, I think Anthony Joshua is more. I think he's more willing to fight Tyson Fury, from the simple fact that Tyson Fury and him can just fight in the UK and he ain't got to come to America. So I just feel if I'm Eddie Hearn, Usyk can fight Joseph Parker. He should be able to beat that bum. He should be able to beat Joseph Parker, right? You bring AJ back to America to fight Puev to reintroduce himself to the American public versus a terrible opponent in Puev. All right, AJ should beat Puev. He recreated his image in the American public. I do it again at Madison Square Garden, so they ain't got to hear nothing from nobody. Then Usyk should be able to beat Joseph Parker. You can put that on the undercard. Later that year, you can run that somewhere in the UK. Usyk versus AJ. It makes no sense to do AJ and Usyk right now, in my opinion. It makes no sense to do AJ and Usyk right now. Tell me why. Why? When you can keep both belts, but if he dropped the IBF and Wilder get past Fury and Kanowski get past Puev, which I believe that's easily going to happen. Later next year, you have Wilder for the WBC IBF title. So Wilder unified. It ain't everything to be undisputed. I think some people here said Larry Holmes never held. Here, I tried to hit you guys. It wasn't coming up in the app. You probably got a space in there. Bro. That happened to me sometimes with my email. So copy it again or just type it in. Yeah, it probably got a space in there, but it's up. Let me make sure. Let me jump in there because I got some money in there. I ain't moved out. Yeah, it's up and running. Yep. Just all one word. Make sure you don't have no space at the back end. But yeah, the hood mess with Roy. Courtney, salute. But at the end of the day, he's about, did James Toney ever duck anybody? I really can't remember. He fought none. He fought McCullum when most wouldn't. Well, McCullum was a little bit at the end, one of them fights, but he fought McCullum. He fought none. He fought Roy. He always had weight problems though. When he lost to Roy, he said he was a little bit drained. But no, I don't remember that. He can never get Klitschko because he can never get past Samuel Peters, who fought this weekend, or he fight next weekend. I don't know if Lemieux fought this weekend or next weekend, but he on the undercard in Canada. But not from I can remember. You know what I'm saying? Tony fought everybody. But hey, there's everybody. He's got a lot of legends. They said marvelous Marvin Hagler didn't want to fight Mike McCullum. So that is what it is. But yeah, AJ, at the end of the day, if he gonna fight Usyk next and drop the IBF, because Andy Ruiz paid $20,000 to keep the IBF. People forget that. He paid $20,000 GGB Promotions for him to retain the IBF. He was supposed to fight Puev by May 30th, so we'll see what happened. But Wilder, if he could beat Fury, he could end up and beat Kanowski. He could end up with 2 titles. He could end up with 2 titles. Anyway, and I think that's good enough to solidify him in WBC IBF title holder. People in history gonna go back and act like why the AJ fight never happened. But I'm at peace. I'm tired of arguing with people, man. Everybody know AJ didn't want that fight. I seen the hardcore haters, haters that hate Wilder on my timeline on my personal social media, they say, "Oh, Wilder easily beat him." And at that point, I knew it, man. I mean, some people just never got it where that AJ wasn't that good. Last night he looked good, and people in Dr. Blick asked me like, "Oh, if AJ boxed like that versus Wilder Fury, could he win?" My answer was versus Fury, he got no chance. He can't beat Fury like that. You know what I'm saying? He can't box with Fury, and Wilder. I don't think he could beat Wilder like that neither. I think he gonna get clipped regardless. Wilder is faster. He lighter. I would think that's a good question. If he was lighter versus Wilder, would that hurt him or help him? Because I always thought his size versus Wilder and kind of walking Wilder down may be his best chance. But you leaving that much space between Wilder and the right hand, you going to sleep. Either you got to get inside that Wilder fucking reach, or you better be a hell of a move. And I don't even think Vladimir Klitschko would have avoided, not this Wilder at this point, avoided that right hand. He was going to sleep. He been knocked out by lesser opponents than Wilder with less power. Corey Sanders and a lot of guys. So that is what it is with that. But at the end of the day, I think two things we could take away closing this decade out is that we're not gonna get Spence and Crawford. I don't think that's ever gonna be what it once was. Even if they do end up fighting, I don't think that's gonna be as fresh as that fight ever was. And AJ Wilder is not gonna be as fresh as it ever was. So at the end of the day, I think we move on from both of them. If Wilder get 2 belts, I think that's sufficient enough for his career. And just move on. If I'm Wilder, I'm looking to get to 50 and 0. Even they talking about you can't do it with a draw. I'm looking to get to 50 and 0, and I'm hanging them up. It's no need for Wilder to hang around the sport. You know what? I'm getting to 50 and 0, and I'm retiring, and that's it. Maybe I want to get a couple more fights in there, but it's no point for Wilder to go on. There's none. The division in great hands from Felipe Harkovich, who easily blasted out Eric Molina in 3, from Jeff Eflin Jabwe to Daniel Du Bois, to the Cassius kid, Cheney kid, to the Rock kid out of Philadelphia. The division, it got depth now. You know what I'm saying? It got depth, it got journeymen, it got prospects, it got elite title holders, it got elite contenders, and at this point, it's time to move on. Charlo vs. Hearn was a big fight too. That didn't happen exactly. Bushido Boxing, salute, subscribe to him. Sam Crouton, Mark, I see you. Trey, I see you. At the end of the day, AJ will have to catch Wilder with the uppercut. Yes, on the inside, exactly. And usually uppercut left hook is AJ combination, but you can't throw an uppercut fighting like he was. But it ain't too many heavyweights that's 6'2", 6'3", like Andy Ruiz or 6'1". But I do think that style AJ fought in will give Louis. He would beat Ortiz in that style. Ortiz can't cut the ring off. He's too patient. You know what I'm saying? I think he easily outpoint Ruiz fighting in that style. But it's clear that Klitschko helped him out for that fight. He fought just like Klitschko. He held on the inside and he boxed on the outside. So it is what it is, man. Talk a little bit about Jermall Charlo, then I'll talk about Wilder and his thoughts, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. Maybe a quick Q&A at the end. You want to talk about Korobov, or you want to talk about Michael Hunter and Povetkin? I thought that fight could have went either way. Povetkin, had a little bit more energy than he did. When he lost to AJ, I know he beat Fury. Like I said before, I don't know if him and Michael Hunter did testing. If they wasn't tested, Michael Hunter did himself a huge disservice. But Povetkin lasted from round 1 to 12. He looked pretty strong. Michael Hunter hurt him to the body a little bit, came out guns blazing. But like I said before, you had several pair defenders on this card, almost in every fight in the main event and the main cards. Come on. If you went over there as an American fighter, expecting you was gonna get a fair shake, I wouldn't expect that. Dillian Whyte looked like trash. I'll talk about him later. Felipe Harkovich, he looked good. Other than that, you go over to Matt Korobov and Chris Eubanks. Korobov threw a shoulder out. It wasn't no faking it like what's that kid name? Like Bernard Hopkins. He legitimate threw his shoulder out, man. And bad time. He 36 years old or 38 years old or something. That was just hella bad time. So Chris Eubanks won that title. It could be upgraded to a Super WBA title. I heard he said Canelo at the weigh-in was moving up. We'll wait on Canelo decision. And it's bad in boxing, man. You got AJ holding up a division. You got Errol Spence holding up a division. Before that was Keith Thurman holding up a division. And you got Canelo holding up 2 divisions. You know what I'm saying? Because that's that whack super WBA belt. He got regular WBA belt, excuse me. That super middleweight is trash. That ain't holding up nothing. But Canelo holding up middleweight. He holding up light heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? He said Ortiz beats AJ. Not that AJ. The AJ got too much foot movement for Ortiz. He Ortiz, especially if they got that same size ring, Ortiz or AJ got too much foot movement. Too much movement for him. Ortiz can't cut the ring off. And he too patient for that. He can cut the ring off better than Andy. He's just too patient. I like AJ in that fight. Someone's talking the fight was fixed. I'm not even gonna speak on that. I can believe it was. I could believe it was, but it is what it is. It don't matter. Andy Ruiz, like I said at the beginning of the stream, he probably got an Amazon box at his crib waiting with a ton of money on it in it. But yeah, you know, Korobov, and you know, he was catching Eubanks early in the first round. Eubanks was rusty, hadn't fought in a long time, but I think eventually Korobov was gonna fade. It was either he did enough in the early rounds, he had enough juice to make it to the 12th, or you know, Eubanks was gonna run him out the ring. So Jermall Charlo, Dennis Hogan, kind of what I thought would happen, but it happened a little sooner than I thought. Charlo worked on some things. I think he was taking a little bit of mustard off his punches. What happened? I think Charlo started to kind of let his shots flow a little bit more. I don't think he was looking for the knockout as much. He started digging to the body. He showed a new little niche in his work, in his game plan. His footwork was a little bit better. Seemed like his base was a little bit more narrower, so he can move around a little bit more with Hogan. You know, where he struggled at with Brandon Adams, he succeeded versus Dennis Hogan. But Dennis Hogan took chances. And Dennis Hogan not going to get credit because Dennis Hogan, you know, nobody really look at it, but he got dropped with an uppercut and flipped over his head and then got knocked out with a left hook. But nobody look at it where Brandon Adams was scared to take chances. He fought not to get knocked out. Dennis Hogan fought to win. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes go into survival mode, and Adams did and Hogan didn't. And Hogan did some good work. He hit Charlo with a ton of left hooks. He showed that Charlo was open for the left hook, hit on right hands, hit him to the body. He did some good things, you know. Then Charlo got frustrated because Hogan was taking control of the fight early on, in my opinion, in the first round and kind of going into the second. And then Charlo started to walk him down, smother him, use his size, and kind of play some bully ball. And I think when he started to hit Hogan and dictate the real estate and put Hogan reluctantly on the back foot, and not let Hogan really go on the back foot and jump in when Hogan wanted to jump in, I feel like Jermall Charlo started to take he seized control of the fight. You know what I'm saying? So I think Charlo and Bronny Shields they did some things good. He was more mobile, not as much with the wide base. He dug to the body. He didn't try to look for the sonic boom knockout punch the whole time. He let his hands flow. So I think he did progress. Like I said before, he could use a new trainer, but I think they made enough progression there. He looked a lot better this fight than he did with the Adams fight. I like to see him calm down a little bit more, you know, and let his shots flow. But like I said, man, he's a good fighter, man. You know, he got a lot of potential if he get his footwork together. I like to see them work him on his toes. You know, that base looking a little bit better. You don't have to punch for power every fight because dudes that got good feet, they're gonna take advantage of that. But it's been regression from Charlo. This is the first time he progressed in quite some time. It was regression in the Adams fight. It was regression in the Korobov fight. And before that, I think he fought Hugo Centennial Jr. I went to that fight, and that really wasn't no test. He quit versus J-Rock a minute ago before that one. And so hurt Sebastian Highland. So, you know, you seen, you know, since he won the title versus J-Rock, I mean, he was getting outboxed that fight. He was just surviving on power. So they got to get him some finesse game, especially if he planning to move up in weight. But if Canelo fully vacate that division, at least he ain't holding up 2 divisions. I don't care about what happened in that light heavyweight division, to be honest. I think Beterbiev the best fighter. I don't think he need 4 belts to prove that, in my opinion. I think he's the best fighter by far. It's nobody fucking with him. But other than that, I don't care what go down at 75. In that middleweight, let him fight it out. Let Derevchenko get another shot at the IBF again. You know, and Demetrius on in Triple G, he gonna probably move up next year in September and fight Canelo at 168. He probably gonna hold on to the IBF, but they'll strip him quick. So we'll see what happens with that division. But If Charlo can beat Eubanks and get 2 titles, they upgrade Eubanks' title to Super WA title. And then Triple G vacating, Derevchenko could pick that title up, which they should have ordered a immediate rematch of Triple G and Derevchenko, but the IBF never want to do, the sanction belt bodies never want to do the right thing. That should have been an immediate rematch. Triple G probably would have vacated that belt, knowing that he gonna get the Canelo fight next September, probably at 68. He would have vacated that belt. But Charlo Eubanks, that'd be a good fight. Charlo showed me some things where he should be able to take care of Eubanks, especially if Eubanks don't get an interim or stay busy fight. Fighting so less rounds. So I like Charlo, but I think Eubanks, if he can get inside without getting clipped, he have a chance. But I like Charlo. Other than that, let's talk about Wilder. Wilder has some choice words, and I'll read it if I can pull it up. I'll read it. Shout out to Graylin Welch and Cash. I appreciate it. I'm happy it worked. Somebody texted me. Hold on, not texting me, but emailing me. Angel Martinez, Ella Martinez. Oh, you good? You in there? If you in there, let me know. If not, I can unblock you. Or you create another name. But I'm gonna talk about what Wilder said real quick. Let me see if I still got the link. I'm gonna read it word for word, verbatim. Oh, I blocked it out. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. Let me see if I can pull it up. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull this article up. I'm gonna read it because when I talked about it before, I was on the road. So I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull that joke. Here we go. We got it. All right. Let's talk about what Deontay Wilder said. He says that he went on the athletics. Now I think you got to pay to stay on the athletics. I ain't paying, but Talk Sports got it. They out of UK, and I dropped the article link in the chat. He said people say I have no skill, but my intellect is high enough to know if I be in this situation that like Andy Ruiz Jr. and something's not working, you got to change it up. I'm smart enough to know cut the fucking ring off. Once you cut the ring off, you put Joshua in the corner, and you can have your way with him by hitting him the way you did the first time. To be in boxing that long and not know how to cut the ring off, if he knew he didn't do it or he didn't have the intellect, I'm a little upset with him. Or we said he was doing great, not letting this moment get to him. But in the end, you hear him saying he ate too much and he should have trained harder. Like, what the F? What do you mean you ate too much and you could have trained harder? I take this shit seriously. I don't know what their mentality is, but I didn't become champion of the world just to say put me in the record books. At least I can say I was a champion. They can never take that away from me. F that ish. I'm here for legacy. Long live the king. That's my mentality, and America should love a world champion like me. Wilder also had harsh words for the victory Joshua. All right, suggesting he would never fight the Brit in a unification showdown. He says Joshua did what he had to do to get the win. He ran around the ring and was on his bike all day. Basically, he had Klitschko in the camp, and he was a lot like Klitschko, jab and grab and hold method. That's all he did tonight. You want to dominate guys, man? Maybe I'm just too rough, too hardcore, and too much of the dream for this time and era. Maybe the world want the nice itch. All right, my mentality is so different from the other fighters, but when I think of myself as a champion, you want to come out there and whoop his ass. I'm not coming in after losing to a guy just to dance and grab and jab and hold. I'm going to show the world and convince them I'm the very best and that no one is close to me. I don't think we'll see a unification bout. We'll never see it. I don't want people to get their hopes up on it because it'll never happen. They couldn't say anything about fighting me. They couldn't mention my name. They went around me. I'm too dangerous. You seen what I do in the ring. I don't play around. And they know if Ruiz can get Joshua out there, imagine. That's why they stay away from me. So that is what that's the Ruiz shit. That's what Deontay Wilder had to say about Ruiz. and said about Joshua, and basically saying that about Ruiz, he got lax, he got complacent with just being a world champion. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't really want to chase greatness. It's basically what he's saying. At the end of the day, everybody different. You know, he a fighter. He know what it take. He know he gonna put that work in. But the cutting the ring off, and I'm gonna drop the article in the description. Yo, see that there's audio of Deontay saying that joint, but he sounded angry. So he sounded like he wanted to whoop Andy ass for losing. Yeah, because they already had him and Andy Ruiz already had an agreement to fight. So I think they had a plan on that. But at the end of the day, he could be angry all he want to. You know what I'm saying? And I said this a long time ago. I said this like 2 or 3 years ago. He was gonna have to compromise to get AJ in the ring, and nothing changed. He never compromised to get. I mean, he didn't. He wasn't willing to compromise. He let his pride get in his way, and the fight ain't gonna happen. And if he wasn't willing to take 10 steps back to take 50 steps forward, that's what it's gonna take to get AJ in the ring. When I found out AJ really didn't want that fight, because I'm like everybody else. AJ called him off. Thought AJ would beat him. Obviously, Deontay Wilder progressed. The right hand was more dangerous than I calculated, and AJ didn't want the fight. And everybody know that's true. He probably about to hide out in the UK, and that's cool. If you want to be a world champion, everybody want to credit him and praise him for acting like a punani, like Wilder said. Maybe they want the nice stuff. At the end of the day, Wilder was just born in the wrong era. Wilder was just born in the wrong era. But thing about Andy, he was mad at Andy for being lax. He should have went to Andy camp and motivated Andy. You know what I'm saying? They should have been on Andy ass, but you shouldn't have to be on no grown man ass. What he did the first time worked, and for Andy Ruiz, one of the things nobody probably talked about, I ain't heard a lot of people talk about this, is that maybe Andy Ruiz fighting on a 4 or 5 week notice after his last fight, maybe that was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that was a blessing. Andrew Ruiz fighting on after just fighting old boy and going right into an AJ fight, maybe that kept him in shape. Where for Kovalev, maybe that kept him out of shape. Maybe because his age or whatever. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. You to believe Charlo post fight comments? What'd he say? Because I ain't see it. I ain't watched none of it. I went right to bed, I think. I still gotta watch the Melodorian. I started watching it, but y'all know my girl, she off this weekend. She want to control the TV, or you can't really watch it. So I've just been playing Call of Duty. It's one of the few weekends where I ain't had to drive around a lot. I could just chill. I think I'm coming down with a sickness. I'm getting a sickness or something. I'll take some when I get off here. But welterweight heavyweight division will never be undisputed. No, never. It's over with. I mean, Usyk and AJ is a good fight, but he could be mad at him all he want to. At the end of the day, I said it from 2-3 years ago. He got to compromise, or he got to be in AJ vicinity and get it on camera and really treat him like a $2 hoe. But the thing is, AJ ain't gonna want to come back to America. Did you hear Andy Ruiz's father interview saying Andy was lazy and didn't take training serious and lived with his homies instead of their training camp home? It is what it is. I wouldn't say nothing. I wouldn't say nothing. I would be like, well, something my son got to answer. Everybody want to come up with an excuse. Everybody want to come up. I wouldn't say nothing. I'd be like, good job to AJ. Andy Ruiz knew it was at risk. That just shows you why he wasn't shit with Top Rank. Why Top Rank ain't believe in him. Salute, more. Shouldn't nobody have to tell a grown man what he got to do. You been boxing, what he say, since he was 6 years old? Should nobody tell you what you got to do? Massive difference. The yard fight was probably the most physically demanding, pushing fight of. Yeah, true. And plus, Kovalev was old. But Kovalev should have been more sharper, though. But like I said, that was a physically demanding fight. But Kovalev was older. And plus, Andy Ruiz hadn't fought in a long time. So he didn't have as much scar tissue or stuff of that nature. But other than that, man, I mean, for Wilder, I mean, you angry. It's kind of like having a steak come to your table. You like, oh man, I know I ordered the 3/4 chicken breast, whatever they call it, at J. Alexander's, and They bring your ass a steak. You think they about to bring you a steak, and then they say, "Oops, we got the order wrong." You get your chicken and mashed potatoes and shit. I don't know if y'all ever been to J. Alexander's. I ordered a steak. I'm taking my girl there for her birthday next week. I ordered a steak one day, and I seen this lady with a chicken. Like she had like a whole chicken on her plate. It might have been half. That shit was big as hell. Glad I have my steak though, but J. Alexander's that shit be good as hell. It's worth $100 steak meal. I ain't gonna lie. I think our meal came with like 100 something. It's worth it. Roof Chris more expensive though, but Roof Chris good as hell too. You get the shareable what was it, lobster macaroni? That shit on point. And I don't even really fuck with lobster. He said Ruiz, L. Jeffrey said Ruiz may balloon at 350 and never be the same fighter. Yeah, I just said that early on. Salute. Yeah, I'm all with the PBC belt. I mean, Al Haymon should do it, man. Bring Dana White in there and do the PBC belt. Do three of them. Do a developmental belt, and then do 2 belts. You know what I'm saying? You only can do it in divisions you got a lot of fighters in though. That's the problem though. That's the problem. That's the big problem about it. It's like some kinks they got to get in. They got to get out of there. You know. Oh, what he say? What he say? Tell me what he say, Tim, man, or give me a link or something. I believe him. I just want to see him because he said he was in Crawford's situation. He definitely needs to see. Yeah, send me a link or something where he said it at, dog. Or let me know what channel it's on. T man. You notice how AJ also never gassed out and moving on. Yeah, I mean, I lose 10 pounds. That shit ain't gonna mean shit. But he got the best nutritionist. He got the whole thing. Like I said before, they come over to America and they look different. Even when Billy Joe Saunders fought in Canada, he looked like, he didn't take a deep breath. And when he came to America, it was totally different. When these dudes come to America, they not the same fighter. Tyson Fury hanging with Vladimir Klitschko. Tyson Fury, everything he did to what Derek Chisora and how he looked in the UK. He came to America and fought a Wilder. He got put on his ass by Steve Cunningham first. And then he just started leaning on Steve Cunningham, right? Then he came before Wilder, and that was understandable. He got done with the UCAS shit. He was out of shape. But then he got stretched. A lot of people think he got knocked out. But then, Tom Schwartz, that was an easy fight. And then he fought Otto Wallin, and he struggled. A fight hype, salute, I catch it. And he struggled. I mean, these dudes from the UK come over here, and they look totally different from the UK, bro. If I'm a fighter, I'll never go to the UK and fight them dudes. It's just not a fair fight. They can say, well, America got drug cheats and stuff, but they be cheating. Derek Chisora, Malik Scott, they ref suck over there. It's only one ref I like, the black bald-headed guy. I can't remember his name. But Wilder supposed to be angry. You 1 second away from eating a steak, and now you eating tuna fish or you eating Vienna sausages and shit like that. So he supposed to be mad, but at the end of the day, Andrew Ruiz should have faked the injury then. Shit. But he just probably, man, Andrew Ruiz that shows you right there. If that's true, Andrew Ruiz's dad, his camp saying he was lazy, he was fat, he was out of shape, that just lets you know right there that's why Andrew Ruiz ain't shit. That just show you why Andrew Ruiz ain't been in the position he been in his whole career. As soon as he get a taste of the limelight and get some money, and he gonna blow through that money. You could tell he gonna blow through that money. He gonna be broke again. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate it's gonna go that way. And then he gonna balloon up to 400 pounds, and he gonna take that. They need to probably put Andrew Ruiz in a financial class. They need to put him in some type of a halfway house or something like that. As soon as Andrew Ruiz come home, if his father is a man, I would have a talk with Andrew Ruiz. We would do some financial counseling. He would. I would watch what he be like. I would have to put him in, and I would put him in the insane asylum. Not saying he crazy, but I would call Al Haymon and we would have to help because he gonna blow through that money. He did an extravagant birthday party. He buying chains and shit. Like he is going to blow through that money. He gonna blow through that money. He gonna blow through that money, man. And it's unfortunate, dude, man. you know. But, you know, Andy Ruiz, man, they need to schedule him a fight immediately. I would like to see him on a Wilder and Fury undercard, but that's too soon. But he need to fight. They need to keep him active. It ain't just about eating and living life, dude. This dude is just like, he not mature. Even through everything he went through. See, it's one thing to be young and naive. It's one thing to be young and naive. You know what I'm saying? And just be like, you know, I didn't know. But once you actually been through the struggle and you get out the struggle and then you repeat what you did in the struggle to get in the struggle, can't say nothing about it. If y'all got any some questions, I'll answer some questions real quick. He kind of threw shade on Earl saying he in the Crawford situation. He said they hide behind the net. Man, everybody, I've been told people when I found out Earl didn't want that fight, nobody wanted to believe me. Everybody say you a hater. Everybody wanted to be an Earl Spence hardcore boxing fan, and Earl was the. I told y'all when I got the news. See, it's a lot of fake dudes on here that's scared. Is scared to speak their mind, scared to say the truth. You know, you talk to them behind the scenes, you talk to them on the telephone. I ain't saying no names, but you talk to them on the phone. They got a different opinion. They get on the YouTube, then you know they start talking different, dude. You know, and that's why I don't talk to most motherfuckers no more. You know, they scared of offending other people. And they know if you ain't offending nobody, you're not offending nobody if you tell them the truth. But when you over there in the street gang, dirty street gang, you can't say what you want to say because they're gonna throw you out. People fear being thrown out. You know, they throwing people out and they deleting their pages and stuff of that nature, and they going rogue and they scared of the backlash. Like, dude, hey, if you rock with me, you rock with me. If you rock with me, you rock with me. That's just what it boiled down to. I ain't deleting shit. I work too hard. Even I have 500 followers, I work too hard to get them 500. Anybody about to cyberbully me? Battle rifle. So anybody about to cyberbully me, man? For real. Like I said, you behind a computer screen just like me. You got problems just like me. Ain't nobody better than the next man. People be so bothered about if you got an opinion or if he got an opinion or what he said or what he man. Ain't none of these dudes bothering me, man. Dudes work too hard to build these platforms up and put too much time for you to be deleted. Ain't nobody about to bully me. Oh yeah, let me know. Yeah. You give me up tomorrow. Yeah, I should be available. Yeah, hit me up. What's making pro salute? Ruiz and Kanaki. I like that fight. That Kanowski probably gonna fight Puev for the IBF next. We keep asking the questions. If I missed your question, I'm gonna try to roll back up. As soon as the fight was announced in Saudi Arabia, Andy had no shot. I think he should have faked the injury too. Let the rematch take place in 2020. That's what I would have did. Eddie Hearn probably would have put a bullet in his head though. I told him in the beginning I would have faked the injury. I said that from the beginning. Deion Phillips salute. He said Ruiz took a dive. I wouldn't put it past it. That's why I want to start a platform because you salute. What you think of AJ performance? You got to go to the beginning. He boxed. He won. You got to start off from the beginning. That's exactly what I talked about. He boxed and he won. Courtney salute. Yeah, let me know. Let me get whatever questions y'all got. But I answer battle rifle shit since I know I got other questions. But yeah, he boxed, he moved, he did what he gotta did. He do, you know. He didn't get tired. And it sounds like he gonna be fighting Alexander Usyk next and dropping the IBF. So if Wilder can get past Fury, which is an if, and I think Puev and Ruiz is gonna fight for the vacant IBF if AJ do that on the Fury Wilder 200 card February 22nd. But AJ fought just like Vladimir Klitschko. You could tell Klitschko helped him out. He punched, he held. I mean, he fought a safety first fight, and he got praised for it. But when Floyd fought a safety first fight, when Floyd fought it, it was a problem. You know what I'm saying? Klitschko really never took the flack for fighting a safety first fight, even though he can never fight in America for real on a regular basis because nobody wanted to see it. But the boxing world never drug Klitschko name through the mud, Vladimir Klitschko name through the mud for fighting a safety fight, first type fight. He said yesterday versus Ruiz Jr. Roy Jones beat that guy. Salute on base 93. He beat Ruiz yesterday. Povetkin, I mean, yeah, I spoke a little bit about it. Like I said, it was a car full of pet offenders. Povetkin looked in really good shape. He looked really thin in the interviews, and Hunter tried to come in and run the old dog out the ring. The old dog wasn't so old yesterday. Now, if they drug tested, I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? But Michael Hunter fought hard, fought valiantly, but Povetkin hooks is just so good. His left hook has always been good, and I think him and Michael Hunter got respect for each other. But they can rematch each other. I'll watch it, but I ain't that interested in it. But I think it could have went either way. Michael Hunter was hurting him to the body a lot too, so that fight could have went either way. But Hunter I think he underestimated Povetkin. He did. What about Ortiz? Ortiz lose to AJ. That AJ he do. Ortiz can't cut the ring off. I said Fury beat him. Ortiz, and I say AJ beat him. Just based on he just he don't do good with movement. Christian Hammer, Travis Kaufman, Tony Thompson, he said sub to his page. We didn't even know you had a page, nigga. You got 46 motherfuckers now. You need more than 2 videos though, bro. This nigga go sub the Kid Bud page. Just sub to it. He got two videos, it looked like. And did good for somebody with 45 views. For sure. You did really good. That's salute. Keep going at it. See, I was seeing the live reaction of the DAZN executive with AJ Ruiz fight, and they were so happy AJ won. It is what it is. I still ain't buying that, man. When I actually live sat through that shit, it was terrible. Brian Kenny sucked and Chris Mannix sucked. You could tell their mamas I said it. Sergio Moro, I can stomach him. Hunter Chen was really impressed me. Yeah, it did. But he ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I spoke on Juice WRLD, bro. That's the first video I did today. That motherfucker got hella views, bro. I must be on like a World Star or something. I got 71,000 views. You go that shit happened when they put your video on World Star. I was looking through my Fire Stick for the fight last night, right? I ain't gonna say nobody's name, but somebody paying somebody to link they live fight commentaries. They paying them to or somehow they linking them onto the Fire Stick. So when you look through the fights, they on the Fire Stick where you can watch they shit through the Fire Stick. So a lot of these niggas that's getting all these views, they paying for that shit, dog. And they linking it through the Fire Stick or some shit like that. I be knowing niggas be paying for that shit, though. I ain't never paid for nothing on views on YouTube, though. I was just looking. I'm like, damn. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, I found the link. It wasn't a link. Wood, salute. He said subscribe to mine. Got all right, T-Man. Subscribe to T-Man channel, too. And Wood. He got more videos than Kid Bud. Any words on how Tony Harrison movement looking coming off the ankle? Yeah, my boy just posted a video. Yeah, I was just watching it before I come on here. He posted in one of the boxing groups. That's Tony Harrison, his boy. He looked pretty good running through the sand. He down there in Florida, so he looked good running through the sand. So shit, he ain't fought since last December, but that means they got to supplement the sparring for something. I mean, they got to supplement something else than sparring. And Rashad Penny didn't hurt his knee. He was just coming on too. AJ did what he had to do. Yeah, he did what he had to do. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. He did what he had to do to get the victory. But like I said, don't nobody want to see no heavyweight dance for 12, 15 rounds. And plus, that motherfucker didn't take no deep breath neither, dog. I know you got on for 9 ass, but I ain't gonna lie. Like over Saudi Arabia, man, I don't trust Eddie Hearn ass, but Andy Ruiz came in too big. But AJ did what he had to do. Obviously, he had Klitschko in camp where Klitschko helped him out, so he fought just like Klitschko ass. But he got the win. Andy Ruiz, I ain't mad at him. Shit, just hopefully he responsible with his money. Y'all go subscribe to Wood channel too. Charlo Eubanks, I think if that happened next, Charlo easy. Eubanks ain't got enough rounds in. He too rusty. Yeah, Charlo looked good and improved. He brought his little base in. He brought his base in a little bit. He wasn't as wide yesterday. He let his punches flow a lot better. He dug to the body. He seemed to have more energy. I thought he looked good at the weigh-in. People always saying, "Oh, he looked dry." I thought he looked good. And Hogan was better than people thought. I told Hogan was a good fighter. Just he took more chances. If he wanted to mail it in like Brad Adams, he could have. Oh, I ain't saying he was on nothing. Ruiz mixed up Mexican blood with Coop, man. Shit, it is what it is. I ain't mad at him. He pro'd up. Hopefully he just don't go broken gain weight. Madonna fighting a cruiserweight to end his career over in Argentina, cruiserweight kickboxer. He went from fighting at 147 to fighting at 196 to close out his career. He be calling him a hamster, dog. That gonna be so funny, dog. They be just talking about like pimping and hoes and shit, and that shit ain't cool, dog. Ain't nobody coming to boxing to talk here about you and your fake hoes or you being a pimp, or whatever, dog. Like people always want to talk about. If you want to talk about being a pimp and a hustler and a gangster, just start a platform for that, dog. You know, people want to hear boxing, but you know, everybody want to be cool and try to fit in, but that is what it is. You can't tell me nothing about that lifestyle, man. I got plenty of family members. I done grew up in the streets of Detroit. I don't get enamored by the hood. Like I look outside and it's the hood. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own. I like how Charlo mixed up the attack, not so predictable. He gonna need that moving forward. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I need him to go to the body too. Good body puncher, man. Teofimo Lopez is a good body puncher too. He gonna need that versus Comey too, man. That's gonna be a good fight. I ain't gonna lie, Hogan looks small. Yeah, and Charlo figured that out when he was pestering Charlo, boxing on the outside, pestering Charlo with shots, and then he was clipping Charlo with the left hook, and you know what I'm saying. And when he jumped, and when Charlo got mad, then Charlo just ran him down. Yeah, I seen that video. That shit was funny, Wood. I really see why you think Jermall should stay away from Ronnie. I see why you think Jermall should stay. Yeah, he should. Ronnie should put Jermall on his toes, but maybe that don't work for him. He said they ish on boxers too. They call them lanes, weirdos, and not street. The majority of boxers not street though. Just because you ain't from the hood, that ain't never meant nothing to me. You think I really want to marry a girl that's a hood rat or that been in the hood, or you think I want all my confidants to be from the hood? You know, hell no, man. And them dudes ain't that hood, bro. I'm telling you that right now, man. Them dudes ain't no this in the streets and that in the streets and like, come on, man. If you really did it, you ain't got to glorify it, bro. You at peace with what you done. I'm on motherfuckers. No, I mean, come on, man. If they really married, bro, your wife listening to that? What she think about you, dog? Or do you turn your wife to some hustle and flow stuff and turn her and she was hitting the street corners and you turn you turn one of your streetwalkers into a wife? You know, what if your wife turned that on? Man, I mean, come on, their wife gotta know. Like, let me turn this on, see what he talking about. Because women is investigative. Oh, baby, I'm just lying for super chat. I guarantee that's what they saying. Boy, you work at UPS. You wasn't no pimp. When I met you was begging me. You ain't had no game. You bought me like 5 shots of Hennessy. You was so nice. You telling these people that you was a pimp. I'm telling you that's what's going on. Bro. I have federal indictment. Nah, like, baby, you snitch. You ain't that tough. You know you snitched on Ray Ray and them, and that's why we had to move to South Dallas. You know you snitched on Ray Ray. You know what I'm saying? You got to put a VPN when you do your YouTube so they don't track your location. I already know. Baby, that you paid the VPN bill this month, they still looking for me. Come on, man. Come on, man. I ain't calling no man. Anybody that get in that ring that risk their life, man, you are with me, man. We might talk a little shit about you are with me. Me and my brother keep having this argument. Who the better lyricist, Rick Ross or Drake? Rick Ross. Come on, man. Drake ain't got no. Drake be borrowing, but he borrowing whole songs, bro. Rick Ross ghostwrite for people. Rick Ross talk about something. Drake, man, he talk about, man. I like Ross better, man. I listen to every Ross album damn near. All of them. Check the interview out with Andre Ward and Terrence. Yeah, I seen it. Is a full interview out? Charlo might KO Eubanks. Yeah, at this point I agree. Look at how much better perfecting cardio and conditioning was versus Hunter. Then when he fought age, exactly, bro. That's what I'm telling you. You got to question the whole card. Eddie Hearn had 3 pay defenders, known pay defenders: Molina, Dillian Whyte, and he had Alexander Povetkin, bro. I'm from the hood, but I know how to handle myself. I'm from New Orleans, so I know what's real and what's fake. Salute. It's a fool. He a fake ass look, man. Better call Saul. Comey gonna have to go for a KO. I mean, no other way. I think he may find it though. So he said he probably was a snitch. Man, come on, man. I don't trust nobody to come on the internet telling on themselves, dog. Nobody. Oh, I used to do this. I used to do that. Either you a lying or you snitching. When I see an old player come on or old gangster come on Vladimir Klitschko, I say there's some paperwork on this nigga somewhere. For real. Or I robbed this bank. Or dudes, man, come on, man. There's so many snitches out there. Everybody I snitched on was dead, though. Snitching is snitching. You know what I'm saying? They probably might, man, but they're snitches, dog. I don't believe it, man. Dudes be snitching, dog. There's so many snitches out here, dog. But like I said, somebody say 20, 30 years. Come on, you really gonna stand up and take that time? Come on, man. Look up out of here. Will salute. You who you see Charlo beating at 60? Eubanks. I think he beat Golovkin. That version beat Golovkin. Andrade, I think he ended up clipping Andrade like 11 and 12. I think he ended up clipping Andrade. But if Andrade can stick him, that'd be a good fight. I think Andrade would be outboxed. I think it'd be like J-Rock, but a little bit later. I think I'm kind of turning the corner on Charlo. I see him and Ronnie worked on some things, man. I think Charlo beat everybody not named Canelo. You know, but I wouldn't put my money on it. What are you fooling? Have you heard of West Side Gun? Yeah, the nigga from Buffalo. What's the other dude? Benny Blade or Benny Butcher? Benny the Butcher? Yeah, I heard of them. They got mad at Shannon Sharp. You know weapons out of Buffalo. They'll call me able to shorten up his punches. He'll KO Lopez. Shit, I don't even think he got to shorten his punches up. If he on the inside, he need to shorten them up. But if Lopez try to hook with a hooker, we'll see who get there faster, who more powerful. But Comey didn't hurt more higher caliber people, you know. And I'll take Comey chin over Lopez chin. You talking about AJ being on the floor as an amateur? I didn't see myself Teofimo Lopez get dropped by the Figueroa kid from Southwest Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Lopez been on that canvas a few times. And we didn't see Comey took big shots from Easter, took some good shots from Shavakov, some big shots from Ray Beltran. So, like I said, I like that fight, man. I think Lopez is need to keep his shit short and simple. You know what I'm saying? If he keep everything tight, especially on the inside, Lopez got a hell of a chance in that fight. Lopez body work, he got good body work. He got to keep his hands up, though. If you tell me Lopez keep his hands up and keep his shit short, he got a good chance. I like that fight. I'll talk about it tomorrow, though, live. He said a story he was facing life, but then it came out like in 6 months. How does that make sense? Facing life, it came out. That motherfucker was in there singing, dog. He was in there on parking tickets or jail tickets or whatever. He was in there on parking tickets, bro. On God. What that dude from Chicago say with the skid thing? On God. He was there on traffic tickets, bro. He was in there on traffic tickets, dog. Talking about he was facing life and only did 6 months. If you facing life for one, especially if you ain't got no money, bro. You ain't about to do no whole trial in 6 months. You gonna sit in jail. Look at 6ix9ine. In the Rico case, he sat in there for almost a whole year now. I think September been a year. So he sat in the jail and he's for a whole year. Come on, these dudes become always fake. Hey, nigga, you facing life and you only did 6 months. Please, man, come on. I seen that video. Like, she was scared of trees. I seen that video. Like, this just sound like a lie. Like, how, like, this, I can see how, like, looking at them, I can see how pastors manipulate the congregation. Like, they should be pastors, bro. They basically what they is. They super chat, cash app, PayPal pastors, bro. Sean, salute. Charlo did go to the body. Yeah, him and Ronnie, they fix some things. Bud, hold on. He said Bud making big moves, just opened up a store in Omaha. Big, yeah, I seen that on Top Rank Boxing. Salute to him. This community mess with him, dog. Yeah, man. Too bad he ain't gonna be able to make no big moves in boxing no time soon. Cause they stopping Taylor from Ramirez fighting each other. So because Ramirez got a mandatory, so I think Ramirez is gonna move up. He said definitely headbutts Charlo in that fight. Oh yeah, southpaw. She saw the trees and got scared. Like, man, who, like, do y'all believe that, bro? Like, do they write this down, bro? Like, they write bars and lyrics or something like that. It was funny to me, dog. I was listening to that, dog. I was like, this shit is pure. Like, do people believe this, bro? I bet dudes be trying to listen to them and trying to replicate what they be doing, bro. For real. I bet they be trying to replicate that, man, thinking they pimps or whatever, man. Anybody got any other questions other than that? I'm about to bump out. Oh, they said somebody said the full interview on ESPN Plus with Crawford and Ward. I'm gonna have to find it. Seahawks and Rams. I like the Rams rolling right now. I'll probably pick the Seahawks. What do you think Josh Taylor would sign with? If he's smart, he'll sign with I don't know. He's smart, he signed with PBC, but he probably gonna sign to fight Crawford like an idiot. He gonna get beat up in that fight. He might not get stopped, but he definitely gonna get beat up. It's a bad fight. He can probably beat like a Sean Porter eventually. If he could beat this old Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia. I heard they moved the Danny Garcia fight to Showtime. So Danny Garcia fight got moved to Showtime, y'all. January 25th. What fight was trash? Eagles or Cowboys? Oh, man, shit, I don't even know, bro. Eagles terrible, bro. Cowboys terrible. They don't even make no difference. It don't make no difference, dude. Does the Mean Machine have a chance against? But yeah, he got a puncher's chance for sure. He got a puncher's chance. He got a punch. He got a punch that can get Crawford, man, if he set it up right. But he's just not active enough, man. You know, but we'll see. Yeah, Mean Machine got a chance because he can punch. You know, see if he punch with Crawford. If he punch with Crawford, man, Crawford get hit with a repetitive overhand right. They kind of closed that gap in there, but over the years. But I think Derry John and Hank Lundy hit him with that shot. Felix Diaz hit him with that shot a lot. I mean, well, Floyd Mayweather got hit with that shot. So it's a shot. It's hard to get away from. Marcos Madonna beat ass with that shot. What about those Ravens? Y'all might be picking too soon, man. But hey, man, Kansas City took care of New England. Third loss. So that was a good critical game because Buffalo could end up being the number one seed. But yeah, Lamar got a short shelf life though, man. If he don't learn to stay in that pocket, he need to continue to progress, stay in that pocket. If not, he gonna end up like Luck. He gonna end up like Cam and Michael Vick. That's why Michael Vick started every time. That's why Michael Vick, when he came back, started getting injured all the time. You got to play from that pocket. You can't play. You can't run the ball like that as a quarterback, no matter what they say. So Lamar keep proving his pocket skills. He'll last. If not, he'll be Cam Newton, Andrew Luck. He got to sit in that pocket more. You know, Russell Wilson, he another guy. He learned to sit in the pocket more. He used his legs when he got to, but Russell Wilson, he gonna last. You know what I'm saying? Steve Young was another guy. You know, he was running around getting broke up too until he learned to sit in that pocket. But I still have. It don't matter, y'all. It's winning a Super Bowl. Let's bet 100 on that right now. Vic missed out on his prime, though. It didn't matter if Vic, he wasn't shit. I'm sorry. He wasn't shit throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? Michael Vick, they said if they would have put $100 in the tape, he said, and say, go watch this tape, $1 million check, he wouldn't have known. Michael Vick wasn't no student of the game. You know? Vick wasn't no student of the game. You know, that's just the fact. You know, he ain't no Hall of Famer. Look at his numbers. Terrible. You know, it's just the fact. You know, Cam Newton got better numbers than him. But I mean, Vic was exciting. But Lamar putting victories behind that shit. You know what I'm saying? Lamar put work in from year 1 to year 2. You know, remember Drew Brees got drafted the same year as Michael Vick. Drew Brees was the first pick in the second round. And I watched Drew Brees' college career. I remember that's the last time Purdue went to the Rose Bowl. And nobody talk about that. Drew Brees, first pick in the second round, ended up having a better career than Michael Vick. That's the crazy shit about it. But yeah, let me get out of here, man. This nigga Miles over here sleep. Yeah, appreciate everybody for checking in. Share the video. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business question, query, sponsorship, video question. He said, Reginald Tank, waiting on you. Who is that? You talking about Javante? Shit, you better make weight, motherfucker. Shit. You better make weight. That's an important fight for boxing, him in Atlanta. Very, very important, man. We need him to do good. Oh, he's on the Reginald. He said, will Tank ever fight a top fighter? Shit. If you consider Leo Santa Cruz a top fighter, he gonna probably fight Leo next. So, I mean, it'll happen. He only, 24? It'll happen. You know. I think they wanted to get Tank in shape. That's what it was with Tank. They wanted to get Tank in shape. They want to get Tank in shape, man. Tank fighting them malls and fighting bartenders and shit like that. Tank wasn't in no type of shape, man. So they got Tank a get back year. He fought 3 times this year. His body should be snapping into shape. So I think next year y'all see Tank step it up a lot. I mean, he only be 25. So y'all see Tank step it up a lot next year, I believe, compared to what he doing. But we'll see, man. Appreciate the love, support, man. Storm B, I see you. Wood, El Jefe, everybody came in. Graylin for the super chat. Appreciate it, man. And everybody else, man. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We going.